It is 4:31 on your hometown station, KHTS. I am Aaron Delatorre, kicking it with you until 7 tonight, checking in with a live traffic update every 10 on the 8s. Now, today, there are 40 million adults age 65 and over right here in the United States. What's more, this population is expected to nearly double to over 70 million over the next 30 years, with an increasing average life expectancy for Americans reaching over 75 years of age. The need for senior care is continuing to escalate. Luckily for us, we have Myles McNamara, owner and president of Comfort Keepers in-home care, Santa Clarita. How you doing, Myles?
Aaron, great intro. Done your homework. I'm digging it.
I come prepared.
That's pretty impressive.
I come ready to play. Now, you guys provide care services and living assistance to seniors and disabled individuals to live independently and comfortably. Did I nail that?
You got it.
All right, as possible. Now, the key word
in their own home.
The key word for me is independently, because let's face it, being relegated, for a lot of people, being relegated to a nursing home or a senior care living facility, it's a mark of, what's the word I'm looking for here, Myles?
I don't know if it's what you're shooting for there, but a lot of times seniors think it's the mark of giving up. But it's really not. Skilled nursing facilities are different than assisted living facilities. That we have a lot of great ones here in Santa Clarita, but a lot of times our seniors want to stay in their own home.
Exactly. It's the comfort of living in your own surroundings. You're familiar with it. Now, you guys have trained professionals that come and visit. How often do your Comfort Keepers visit a senior care patient?
Well, it's customized to everybody's different needs. That's one of the first things we do is we go in and we do an initial home assessment, and we build a care plan specifically around that senior's needs, their budget, their acuity as far as hands-on care that they may or may not need. But the biggest thing is that we come in fully prepared to execute a care plan that's been customized, because we have a lot of family caregivers and adult children who are trapped in that sandwich generation of caring for their own kids and their own family, and then running over and taking care of mom and dad, making sure that they're taking their medications and what have you. So keeping the family caregiver or the adult child kind of supported and backed up, and they've got to take care of themselves, because that old saying is you can't pour from an empty cup. So the family caregiver is really important. And real quick, I wanted to plug that this Saturday, actually, at our senior center here in Santa Clarita, is an ongoing program that they've partnered with College of the Canyons called the Essential for Family Caregiver Workshop Series. And we actually have one this Saturday at 9 a.m. at our senior center. And it focuses on the family caregivers. Right over here at 22900 Market Street, right here in Newhall. And it really focuses on rejuvenating and preparing and supporting that family caregiver.
Can you take us through the process of the training process that the Comfort Keepers go through before being dispatched out to a client?
Absolutely. And again, I don't know if you're smarter than you look, Aaron. No, I'm kidding.
No,
it's because this segues us right into that skills lab I want to talk about. Is that before a Comfort Keeper goes out in the field, they go through a complete vetting process, not only criminal background check or whatever, but many of our caregivers come to us with a lot of caregiving experience already under their belt. With that said, we have a lot of retired LVNs and CNAs and such, even though we're non-medical. Mm-hmm. We don't do anything that it takes a medical license to do. But they get on their feet training in what we call our caregiver skills lab, and we've got a whole setup that we have the hospital bed, we've got Grandma Chase, which is our training mannequin, we've got all the ambulatory devices, we've got everything that our Comfort Keeper is going to need to properly care for somebody in their own home. And with that said, we offer that skills lab free to the public. They do not have to be on service with Comfort Keepers, but a lot of times we have family members that are thrust into that role of a family caregiver, and they haven't been shown how to do a proper transfer without injuring themselves or their loved ones. So all you have to do is call our office, schedule a time with one of my care managers. You can come in, we'll take you to our skills lab and let you play. Work with the ambulatory devices, work with the hospital bed, work with Grandma Chase, work with all the devices that might need to be used while caring for someone in the own home.
Now, I can imagine that one of the most difficult parts of this process is the beginning, the conversation that you have to have with the elder person in your life or the person that you think is in need of this kind of assistance. What are some tips for people that are looking to initiate that conversation?
And that's a great question, Aaron. And the thing is I always stress to be proactive, not reactive. You need to have that talk with your parents or grandparents or whoever when it's not an issue. And it's a whole different conversation is when, something's happened and now home care is really mandatory. But before it is mandatory, have that talk when it's not an issue so that you can be respectful and with dignity say, what does this look like to you? As we move forward, we're all going to get older and we're all going to need care at some point. How does that look to you? Is it, and we like to kind of advertise ourselves, if you will, as a concierge service because we are non-medical. So we really are a helping hand that the seniors are still in charge. They're still the boss. But we come in and we maybe help them with meal preparation, get them to their doctor's appointments, help them around the house. So we really are sort of like an executive concierge service. But have that talk before it's an issue. And a lot of times you'll see the hardest transition anybody makes is when you have to start parenting your parents. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the kids, they're very respectful. But unfortunately, there comes a time where mom and dad no longer get to have the last word. It's you want to be respectful and everything I've mentioned before. But if it's no longer safe for someone to be at home alone, you have to have that talk. And hopefully, as I said, it's in a proactive nature versus a reactive nature.
Right. That's such a good tip, man. I went on the website and I looked over all the services. And is this age specific? Because I'm looking at some of these services saying, hey, man, I could use some of these. I mean, conversation and companionship. I'm a loner, so I could use some meal preparation, laundry, some light housekeeping, some light dusting and
right.
vacuuming. Also, grocery shopping, as you mentioned before, transportation. Now, I know that the national, because this is a national brand, this Comfort Keepers.
Right, we're a national franchise.
Now, I know that the national brand did partner with Lyft. Is that something that you guys have done in the Santa Clarita franchise?
I don't necessarily use Lyft other than or Uber actually or Lyft, unless, because again, we really guarantee to our clients if we say we're going to be there, if something happens with our caregivers, if they're ill, if they're sick, if they have car problems, we will have another replacement caregiver there, or one of my office staff will be there till we get it replaced. So now and again, this is where I use Uber and Lyft most often if a caregiver has car problems.
Right.
Not a problem. I got an Uber on the way. You're not canceling your shift. Mrs. Smith needs you today, and so we're sending you over a Lyft, and we're going to get you to your assignment. So that's where it becomes beneficial for us because we actually provide transportation for our clients. So our caregivers, before they can be a comfort keeper, they have to have a functional, safe, insured car. So we will actually take our clients, because the difference, Aaron, is that Uber and Lyft is curb to curb.
Right.
We're door to door.
Uh-huh.
So we can go in, we can assist the senior, get them ready to go, help them out, get them in the car, get them to where they're going, and take them into where they're going. The other Uber and Lyft, they're curb to curb,
right.
Kind of like a taxi cab.
Okay. Now you can call Myles, give him a call, 661-287-4200. That's 661-287-4200 or 818-360-1995. That's 818-360-1995 to learn how your family can really be benefited by Comfort Keepers. Now, you guys have a website as well, comfortkeepers.com. You can enter your location. It's a national brand, so even if you're not located right here in Santa Clarita, they have helpers wherever you are, I'm sure.
And a lot of our listeners may have families in the San Fernando Valley.
Right.
I also have an office in the San Fernando Valley in Encino. So we basically cover south of Ventura Boulevard all the way up through Santa Clarita and out to Acton and Palmdale. And then I have a microsite that we do a lot of videos for, frequently asked questions, at seniorcaresantaclarita.com. And I put a lot of YouTube videos up there to answer a lot of the most frequently asked questions.
Perfect. Now, plug the event happening this Saturday. Now,
yeah. Again, that's this Saturday at 9 a.m. at our Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center. They've partnered with College of the Canyons, and it's called the Essentials for Family Caregivers Workshop Series. And this Saturday, we are focusing on the caregiver, and it's going to focus on how family caregivers can rejuvenate, reinvigorate, and reestablish connections with a supportive social network after a loss of a loved one or if they're caring for an aging family member. So it really is supporting that family caregiver, whether it be an adult child child, or whether it be a spouse or any kind, to really show them that we have a lot of great resources here in the Santa Clarita Valley, and also how to keep that cup more than half full.
Perfect. Well, Myles, thank you for coming in. We'll all be there on Saturday, 9 a.m. right here on Market Street in Old Town New Hall.
22900 Market Street.
Come out, check it out.